From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home. And from Thursday until the start of December, you must stay at home. It is with a very heavy heart, I must tell you, we cannot continue with Christmas as planned. In England, we must therefore go into a national lockdown.
We've had so many plans ripped up over the past year, right? So many times we've had a glimpse of freedom and then it's been snatched away from us, and it is just so annoying, right? Having to rethink and reorganize and reshuffle again and again and again. And now we have this date, the 21st of June, where apparently pretty much all the limits are coming off and there's freedom for everyone. But to be honest, I'm scared to make plans around that date because I can't take another plan which I look forward to getting taken away from me. I can't take losing hope again. And that's more than just annoying, that's dangerous, right? Because human beings live off hope. That's how we work, that's how we carry on. You might not realize it, but it's as serious as oxygen for you. And hope is throughout all the plans that you make. And I'm not just talking, the big plans like the holiday at the end of the year to Spain or whatever, but all the little plans that you would normally make in your head whilst you're sat in the office or wherever, like, thinking about going to the pub at the end of the day or going to see family friends at the weekend. And it's those little things that enable you to carry on through the rubbish day you're having. And that's what hope is, right? Hope is the knowledge and the feeling that something better is coming so I can deal with the rubbish place I'm at right now. But as we've had our plans ripped up time and time again, it's meant that we can't make these little plans, right, which get us through the day, which give us hope, or at least we can't trust the plans we make. And that has taken away hope. And so now we're just grinding through the day, going from one day to the next without that light at the end of the tunnel to look at, that hope. And so I'm hesitant to know what to do with the 21st of June because I don't know how to cope with another plan falling through, another plan being ripped up. Because when hope is taken away, you're just left with the rubbish situation. It's like you've been walking in a dark tunnel. Your eyes are fixed on the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what helps you cope with the darkness, right? Because you're looking at the light and you know what's coming. You're coming out of the darkness. There's hope there. But all of a sudden the tunnel has collapsed. And you're just left in the darkness. That is the feeling when hope is taken away. It's just horrendous. You're left with just the rubbish day at work. You're left with just the stressfulness of the family. You're left with just the loneliness of your situation. With no light at the end of the tunnel, no hope, no release coming. We need hope. We don't work without it as human beings. We need a hope which can't be taken away from us, that can help us face the days that we have. Someone in the Bible talks about hope which is so strong and secure that he calls it an anchor. He says this: we have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. Now you might not believe in the soul, that's okay. People call it many different things, whether it's a deep inner consciousness, deep inner being, the place where you feel yourself the strongest, whatever you want to call it. This guy in the Bible is saying there is a hope for that inner self, as strong and secure as an anchor for a boat. Now look, hope in the outer life is great. The holidays you look forward to at the end of the year, perhaps retirement is on the horizon, you're looking forward to that is your hope, right? It's going to be so good. But hope on the inner self, on the inside, is so much stronger. It leads to such a powerful life, because if you have hope on the inside, if you're sure within, you can face the storms on the outside. When you feel complete within, you can face whatever situation comes up on the outside. And there is a hope which you can have for that inner place, that deep inner soul place, which is as strong and secure as an anchor for a boat. And look, that hope is in Jesus, the person the Bible is all about. It's not in an abstract plan or an event. but he's a person. He is the anchor. He is the light at the end of the tunnel. But he's not just at the end of the tunnel. He is a light so bright that he lights up the darkness of the tunnel. He lights up the darkness that you're walking in. He lights up the darkness of loneliness that you face each day. He can light up the darkness of stress which you might face each day. He can light up the darkness of anxieties that you face every day. He is a hope so powerful that you can weather the storms going on around you. And he gives you hope as you see who he is and how much he wants you. As you see that Jesus is God. Now, a lot of people don't want there to be a God, right? That's perfectly understandable, because if there's a God, then there's someone above you, right? There's an employer, there's a boss you've got to try to appease and live up to their standards and opinions every day, and you don't know if you've made it or not, and that's just rubbish. You know, that's not a light in any tunnel. That adds to the darkness, right? That adds to my stress and my anxiety each day. That doesn't help, but Jesus is not that kind of God. Jesus is the kind of God who came to the earth 2,000 years ago and said this: "Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." I will give you rest, says Jesus, as you walk through this dark tunnel. I'll be the light that lights up the darkness. And who doesn't carry heavy burdens? Who doesn't feel weary from this life? Weary of trying to have it all together and present, a perfect person to co-workers or particular family members perhaps? Who isn't weary of carrying their past? The burdens of guilt and shame weigh heavily down, and a past can weigh so much in our lives. The darkness in our tunnels can be so dark, but Jesus says, I'm the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm the light that's so bright that it will light up the darkness you're walking in today. As you realize he doesn't want a perfect person. There is no perfect person to want. It doesn't exist. Jesus said he wants you as you are, and he wants to help you as you are, and he wants to take the burdens off your life, the burdens of opinions of others off your life, the burdens of standards off your life, and he gives you new strength and energy as he takes away your guilt and shame. He can make that heavy past that clings onto you every night go away, as he says you're forgiven for all of it. He is the light that lights up the darkness. And he wants to so much, He wants you so much. Jesus wants to be involved in your life as any friend would. And it doesn't matter how dark it's got for you. It doesn't matter the places you've been out of confusion, desperation, or just stupidity. It doesn't matter. Nothing you have ever done has ever put him off you. Nothing. And it's him that can give you hope and rest as you walk the dark tunnels of this world. So look, the 21st might not happen. But that's okay, because I have this hope within which is as sure and secure as an anchor, and it helps me face the storms on the outside.